All right. So far we've been doing bar plot. Now bar charts, okay, the x-axis has to be a factor or categorical variable. You can't have numerical variable on the x-axis. So you have categories, and each category you have a bar, and the height of the bar can be any number of things. It can be simply frequency, or it can be some statistic of a numerical variable. Okay? But if the x-axis is going to be a numerical variable, okay, then we can't do bar chart, and what we have for that is histogram. So histogram is for visualizing numeric variable, and we have to bin the values, and our histogram will automatically bin it for you. We don't have to bin beforehand. Histogram will automatically bin it for you. If you don't specify how many bins, it will determine it by its own. The default is, I think, is 30 or something. Or you can specify, okay, I want X number of bins. I want 5 bins, 10 bins, 15 bins, or whatever. Okay? And within each bin, you'll count how many observations are there. And the height of the bar is going to be the frequency within each of those bins. Okay? So bar height is the frequency in each bin. Now bars are adjacent, so now in bar chart, since the x-axis are categories, there is a gap between one category, the bar of one category, and the bar of another category. But in histogram, all the bars will touch each other because these are bins touching each other. So the bars will also be touching each other. So bin is 30 is your default. So it's pretty straightforward. ggplot, okay, and say housing dot df AES. So you have only one, because and it is say medv, okay. That's our numeric variable for which we want histogram. Okay, put a plus sign, and then stat bin. That's our code for histogram. So that's it. So you run and you get a histogram. Okay, and if you want to specify number of bins, then you say, okay, bins equal to whatever you want. Okay, what, 5 bins? So 5. So now this time it's going to bin the values within 5 bins, 5 equal width bins. Okay, these are all equal width bins. Okay. And then the rest of it is like before. You can specify all of this: xlab, ylab, ylim, and the text and all that for value labels. Okay, so I'm not going to repeat that again here. It's the same as the previous charts. Okay. Let me just go over value labels alone, because you have to do a second layer of stat bin. So the first layer of stat bin puts the bars, then you have to put another layer of stat bin for the text. So you have the same bins equal to 5, right? And then geom equal to text. Okay, so that would be very much like what we did here in the bar chart. Okay, so here stat count. Instead of stat count, we have now stat bin, and geom equal to text and all that. So it's going to be similar to that one. So geom equal to text within quotation mark, okay, and then we give the aesthetic. The aesthetic is going to be label equal to the frequency count. Frequency count is stored in a system variable called ..count . Because it creates the bins and then it counts, and it keeps the count in that variable .count . Okay, and then we can do vjust, so minus 0.4, this and that. Okay, so okay. And then you can the x label, y label, x limit, y limit, they're all exactly same as before. So I'll leave that for you to experiment with. Now box plot plots these 5 numbers. Okay, the 5 number summary, okay, maximum, third quartile, median, first quartile, and minimum. So that's what is plotted in box plot. And again, it is for numeric variable. Numerical variable, histogram is for numerical variable. Box plot is also for numerical variable. So this will be like ggplot, okay, and you give the data, okay, and you can give the AES here or you can give the AES later. So here, so we give, there is only one, and this is going to be y-axis plus geom box plot. Okay, so run that, you get your box plot. And once again, you can change the x-axis label, y-axis label, and you can give a title with GG title and so on. Okay, so I'm not going to repeat the same things that we have done before, but when you prepare charts, you have to do all those things, and the title and limits and so on. Okay. Now, if you want in a single plot several layers of different plots, okay, then you can put the AES, you give the data source, but put the AES inside a given plot. So that means this aesthetic is used only for this plot. And then you can have probably another geom. We're not going to do that. So this will work too, exactly the same as before, except that this geom, this AES is only for the box plot. Now, if you want box plot, okay, we have one more box plot here. Okay, so we can prepare box plot with a different x-axis too. So you want the box plot to be separated based on a factor variable. So we have ggplot of housing.df, okay, and then you say geom box plot, and then if you give a AES x equal to a factor, say Chaz, okay, and the same y. Okay, y is MEdV. Okay, so the difference between this and the previous one, then we are specifying an x here. We did not specify an x in the previous one. So there was no separation. It's just one box plot, right? So here we have x equal to Chas, and then we can say adjacent to Charles River, X lab, okay. So now you see you get two box plots, okay, separated by the x. Since x is a factor, it separates out, puts one box plot if Chas is equal to 0, and another one Chas is equal to no, and Chas is equal to yes.